Good evening, America. I am Eric Little. It is the 12th day of October 2020. It is Columbus Day, if that means anything to you. That means squat to me. I always thought it was ridiculous. How can you discover America when there are people already living here? There are 22 days left until the end of the general election. I'm near my home in Southern California this evening, home of the 2020 world champion Los Angeles Lakers. And this is the plain truth. So on my TV are the Amy Coney Barrett hearings. Now I'm not watching them because the hearing is supposed to be, advice and consent and whether or not you're qualified. She's unqualified, and we all know that, but that's not even a point. I'm not watching it because they shouldn't be having it. Lindsey Graham said that in the last year, now remember, Obama still had 11 months left in his presidency. And in the last year of an election year, people should have a say, the people. So we're not going to give Obama's nominee even a hearing because the people should have a say in an election year, 11 months before. You can write this down, save this tape, because if this happens after if a Republican is president, if Trump wins in 2020 and there's a nominee a nomination that comes available in the last year of the term, save this tape and play it back and you'd be absolutely right. Okay, Lindsey, we played the tape back. Why are we not absolutely right? Obama had 11 months left in his term. People are already voting. So the 7 million people are already voting in this election. They don't deserve a say? I'm not even going to get into hypocrisy of that. What I am going to get into is this media, both sides do it nonsense. Both sides do not do it. Both sides, this rescue package because of the coronavirus. First of all, the rescue package is only necessary because of your incompetence. But beyond that, the airlines and the flight attendants are all on TV now. They're, oh, well, what about us? And I need this job for my health and my medication and blah, blah, blah. Can't they just pass a bill just for us? Now think about that for a minute. The president and the airlines and certain people want them to do a piecemeal deal. Pass just something for the airline and they'll worry about something else later. Just pass them. No, we're not doing that. We're tired of that. First of all, for every story you tell me about an airline employee that's not getting his medication, whatever, I can tell you 10 stories about firefighters, nurses, police, people that they're going to have to lay off because they refuse to do state aid. Don't you think those people need their medication too? How we got to this point is because they kept refusing to do full packages. Let's do this part and we'll get back to the thing later. Let's do that part and we'll get back to state aid later. They did 5 rescue packages and no state aid. So now they're coming back for the 5th time. And now they're saying, well, let's just do this and worry about state aid. Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats are rightfully saying, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're sick of that. We're going to pass a comprehensive bill or we're not passing anything. So don't do this both sides. Nancy Pelosi then passed a rescue package in May. It sat on Mitch McConnell's desk for 3 months and he did nothing. Now he's trying to rush something through before the election. Nancy Pelosi's like, you want to rush something through? Vote on the bill that we already passed and you can get it through. And I don't blame her. We're not going to do this piecemeal nonsense anymore because you think you can get these Republicans back to the table after you've bailed out the airlines and bailed out big business to talk about state aid. 20 of them already said they wouldn't vote for state aid no matter what, even if the whole country went in the toilet. So no, you're not getting piece of anything. There's a bill there, vote on it or don't. Now, I don't like that, and I don't like this nonsense with this Supreme Court. Joe Biden and Kamala duck questions on packing the court. First of all, the phrase packing the court is already a Republican talking point. It's called raising the number of people in the court, which is perfectly legal. There is no law that says there has to be 9. But I would answer it if I were them, and here's how I'd answer it. I'd say, you want to talk about respect for the Supreme Court? How about denying a nominee from a legitimate president for over a year? How about that? How about packing the court with 300, almost 300 nominees in lower courts that are going to be there for life, and 140 of those were considered not qualified by the judicial administration. How about packing the court with that? We're not talking about that. That you're worrying about the number of people in the Supreme Court. Okay, I'll give you a number. How about this? 8. You are perfectly happy with 8 people in the Supreme Court for over a year. And when Ruth Bader Ginsburg got sick in 2015, they were talking about letting that seat sit empty too. So they were talking about having 7, and now you're worrying about the number of people in the Supreme Court. Please miss me with that nonsense. That's what I would tell them. And they're right out there. I ain't telling you nothing. They're talking about, well, they're going to raise the number of Supreme Court seats to 15. I was like, 15? I'd raise it to 21. I wouldn't even waste time fooling around with them. And if that costs me the next election, so be it. But we're going to do one thing, and we're going to fix it. And I've heard Democrats, well, I don't know, because this opens the door that, well, if they get in, maybe they'll raise to 35. I don't care if they raise to 135. If they get the control of the Senate and presidency in the future, they can do whatever they want. But for right now, this is what we're going to do. And we're going to fix all this. It used to be 5-4 nonsense. It's now going to be 6-3 nonsense. I'm fixing all of that. If I'm Joe Biden, when I take over, I'm 78 years old. By the time I end of my first term, I'll be 82. I don't give a damn what you think. That's what I would do. You're talking about 15. I'm talking about 21. You want to have a pack the court discussion? Let's have a pack the court discussion. Because in order for you to pack it back, you'd have to raise the number to 35. So if that's what you want to do when you become president, then we get it back up. We'll raise the number to 48. If that's what you want to do, then that's fine. But it's a perfectly legitimate response. They've now stolen 2 Supreme Court seats that they shouldn't have. And now you're worried about the Democrats might do something or something. You mean the thing that they are constitutionally able to do, right? It's the same thing argument they told us. Well, Donald Trump, according to the Constitution, has the right to do this. Okay. Well, when the Democrats take over, they have the right to raise the number of seats, and they should take them up on that. And that is the plain truth, as I see it. And I am Eric Little. Good night.